feel. The reason that we are using the breath to drop into our body is the mind understands words and logic, while the body understands feelings. And when someone says something to us that our mind interprets as bad or wrong, it creates a feeling, a sensation in our body. When you are playing loops of thought through your brain, those thoughts create a sensation in the body, create feelings. And so although our focus is on the thoughts that continue to cycle through, or our focus is on the human being or situation in front of us that is sparking, even though our focus is on the thoughts and on the outside situation, what's happening is our nervous system is absorbing the experience and sending signals to different parts of our bodies to feel something. And that's why it's so important to use our breath to drop into our body, because sensations have to be felt all the way through. And these thought patterns will continue to loop if we don't get inside the body, and what's externally bothering us will continue to bother us if we don't get into the body, locate where the sensation is that is uncomfortable, and not only label that feeling with words so that our mind can continue to be a part of this healing, but also to feel the sensations that go with this part of our body when these thoughts are looping through the mind, or this external experience is happening in front of our eyes. We are hearing, we are seeing, and therefore our body is feeling. And so that's why the breath is such an incredible tool for stopping these thought loops in their tracks, and also for allowing us to respond in places that we used to react, because our body is intelligent, and that's why we use the breath, because our breath is a direct link to our body, and the breath has the ability to go anywhere inside the body and break up tension or dense feelings and allow them to be expelled from the body. So that is why we drop into the body using the breath, and that's why even if it's thought loops that are happening, that our focus is going towards, even if it's an external experience that our focus is going towards, and it seems like if we keep focusing on the thoughts, we will eventually get past them, or if we keep focusing on this experience in front of us, we will eventually get past it. That truly just keeps us in a loop, focusing on the thoughts, focusing on the experiences, because both of those things are out of our control. Whereas the sensations in our body, we have the power to control those sensations. We hold the power through pausing and allowing the sensations to be felt all the way through, not pushed down and not pushed to the side, but rather felt all the way through. Because when we feel all the way through our body, it puts a pause in the sensation. I don't know. I'm getting lost in my words. See, that's why words just can't help all the time. And our thoughts and what we label things with thoughts are not always are not going to be able to get us through to the other side, but rather our breath going to the place that the sensation is, and like I said, breaking it up and allowing it to be released. So that's why that words and thoughts alone cannot just, or that's why we get into the body and we don't just try to figure it out with thought, because thoughts will cycle, thoughts will just repeat, and the experience outside of us we can't control, but we can control the way that we breathe. And like that. Like right now, I'm caught up in trying to explain this in words. My breath immediately calms those words and allows me to separate from the words or from what's happening right here enough that I can regulate my system. So next time you notice yourself in a thought loop, or you notice that something outside of you in your external experience is causing uncomfortable sensations such as anxiety, anger, frustration, things, feelings of that nature, try to take a step back and feel into where in the body that feeling is. And it will mean that you are ignoring your mind for a little bit, and your mind will try to get louder, and it will send more sensations of anxiety through your body, because your mind doesn't like to be ignored. It wants to be the thing that solves the problem, but it's hard to see the picture in the frame. And so it is our responsibility, and that's where emotional regulation comes in, is it's our responsibility to pause, which is the hard thing, and let the sensation be breathed through instead of trying to numb it or explain it in words until it gets pushed down again and then comes up at some other point. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have the most wonderful time after seeing this. Leave a comment down below if you did take a moment to pause this week and the difference you noticed it had with your body, if you were able to feel through a sensation fully.